What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It is me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with the episode 2 review of DC Universe's Swamp Thing. If you have not seen it already, you know what the deal is. Come back, it will be spoilers, because he gonna say some shit. He Winston Marshall. Like, he can't keep shit quiet, so I blame it completely on him. You know what I'm saying? He's horrible as an individual and as a human. He just want to have a reason to shake his dreads. Now, see, this is what happens when you give black people longer hair. You're like the Negro Sideshow Bob.
You did that joke before.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
So it's not even
shit.
Not even that funny.
It doesn't even hit as hard.
You could do so much better. You could have called me J. Cole. You could have called me a palm tree.
I would have done
so much better.
No, palm trees actually look better than you though.
Not really.
They do. So
it's fine. I mean, I've called you a burnt coconut before. It's fine. I mean, I haven't, but I have now. I said it in my head, but now I said it out loud. You can hear it.
Fuck. Okay.
Nigga, you like one of the melted Raisinets, nigga. That's what you look like. Don't call me Sideshow Bob.
Won't.
What's up, y'all? Winston A. Marshall. I know you probably remember me from
You look like a fucking
shit.
You look like a fucking reject out of Zoobly Zoo. Look, wow, magic and wonder.
Nigga, you look like if that yellow M&M lost his shell. It was just walking around on clothes. Oh, he does exist. They do exist. Oh. Wow. So Swamp Thing episode 2.
Motherfucker look like the Badger from the Geico commercials talking shit.
The Badger? Oh, well, they're talking about. Oh, yeah, that's the newer. That's the newer. Yeah, okay.
So it starts out with the little girl. Well, basically, we go through the little girl Susie is still in the hospital. But one of the things we see is we go back and forth between the swamp with Swamp Thing trying to figure out what the fuck is he, and Susie's in the hospital. But what we didn't know at first are they're psychically connected because he trying to pull the shit up off of him. She ripping out IV cords.
And that's why I was confused. I didn't know if she was ripping out IVs. And he in turn was ripping shit off. I was like, bitch, stop, you're making her rip his skin off. And then we realized, no, and she... the reason why I was confused is I feel like they got lucky and it would have made more sense to have her do it. Because, if you think about it, because no, think about this. Because let's say, for example, he just happened to rip his skin here instead, the IV down here. So it wouldn't have ripped out no cords. They just did that for, like, cinematic effect. So I feel like...
But also... It would have been really morbid as fuck if he started ripping out shit and just flesh come off the little girl. I understand this.
I didn't mean the little girl ripping her flesh off, but I'm saying that she's just grabbing at herself for nothing. You know
I understand it's a horror, but this shit would have just been morbid as fuck.
Hey man, it got morbid this episode. Like fuck.
First of all, we get to the voodoo priestess. What the fuck was her name? Something.
Blackie McDarky.
No, I'm talking about the fucking white chick, the Sutherland, older lady. Marie Sutherland goes to see the voodoo priestess. Now, you know, there's always gonna be a black voodoo priestess because it's Louisiana, and so we see it, and so at one point
he's by you,
right? Yeah. And she's trying to get information. She's trying to bring her daughter back. Again, we talked about the daughter in the first episode, Shauna, who died evidently. Something happened with her and Abby. And so voodoo priest is like, bitch, you better leave dead alone. Like, what is you doing? So she was like, all right, just sit down. And so
you know what that reminds me of? Like this white lady trying to bring her child back from the dead. Reminds me of these rich ass uppity white people dying on Mount Everest. Like, just leave well enough alone.
First of all,
leave well enough alone.
I feel like if you die on Mount Everest, you deserve it.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You deserve all of the deaths. Like, you deserve for your soul to die again. You get what I'm saying? Because you just was a dumbass. There is not that much of an adrenaline you need to catch that rush from. I don't give a fuck about seeing the top of Mount Everest. Why? What the fuck is it going to prove? Oh, I went to 39,000 feet in the air and saw the top of the mountain.
Bitch, I can see that from an airplane.
I can see that shit from an airplane. I can see that shit from this beautiful thing called photographs.
And you're not special anymore. Do you know how many people have already done it at this point?
Right. At this point, you're just like another motherfucker. You're not even just, you're the third person. No, you're like the 996.
But I think the other part of it is the audacity to think that you're better than death. That's the issue. I don't have an issue like if you're fighting death, like if you're not cancer and you're fighting something like that.
Because I fought death. I whooped death's ass. That's why I'm still here.
That I fucks with. But
you
to me, that's some sore loser shit to be like, nah, voodoo priestess, bring my child back from the dead.
So we
asked him for something.
So the voodoo priestess at first she's real reluctant to do it, and then she was like, fuck it, and then just have to sit down. And she puts her fingers over her head to do the whole channeling. And Winston was like, the fuck with her fingers? And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, this bitch got crackhead gone wild fingers. And like, she just hit the pipe, all her shit is black. Like, I know it's the voodoo thing, but it looked like she was just smoking Newports and pipes and antennas and the fingers just...
But nigga, she had like claws. They were like black claws. She looked like, I don't know if anybody here watches Lucifer, but that new season of Lucifer, when Lucifer turned into the actual devil, like, she looked like Lucifer, dude.
Well, she got fingers like a fucking Thundercat, and so
thunder.
She got the mum-ra fingers, and so
she got the venom fingers, dog.
She got them ancient spirits of evil, transformed this decayed form to mum-ra.
She got the we are venom.
So she does it, and then she starts chanting, which sounds like a remix to the Child's Play shit, because I was waiting on her to go, I day do we dem Bella, because we ain't gonna hear the shit in the new movie. Fuck. But afterwards, whatever happens, the spirits are fighting back, and something just blows them apart. The voodoo priest is on the floor screaming and hollering, and first of all, a white woman just on the floor, a black woman on the floor hollering, a white woman there. The black woman gonna go to jail. It's Louisiana.
Even though she's the one screaming and hollering, that's so sad.
Like
I understand the reverse very clearly. If a white woman is hollering, I know technically what I should be doing is going to check on her. I'm probably gonna run because they gonna shoot me.
Nope. I'm not gonna do this. Nope. I have seen too much history and watched too many TV shows. So, but afterwards, and then while the brutal priest is on the floor, Marie Sutherland gets thrown her ass against a wall. Like, she's not a white chick that look like she work out a lot in Louisiana, so her bones ain't that strong. And so,
Gum will make it strong. Gum will make it strong.
So Marie's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "The priest is like, there's an imbalance, and let's just do that. Then we're not gonna have that." She's like, "There's an imbalance. It's more dark. It's not in harmony anymore. It's something very dark, and it's not evil. It's just dark coming." And basically, she feels the presence of Swamp Thing. So we go and we see these dudes. We see some dudes trying to pull shit out the water. It's the boxes that Alice, with the ones with the timers and the syringes that you saw in the first episode. Right. So it's a black dude and a skinny white dude. My initial thought is, well, another nigga dead. Like, because it's just, you know what it is. So the cop, the half-breed cop, the El DeBarge cop, he comes up in the boat. El DeBarge cop, he pull up. No, not the El DeBarge cop, a white cop who was a friend of the.
Well, you skipped one important thing. So at this point, after Susie does her whole thing or whatever, the Asian doctor's like, "You need to rest." And then when he comes to check out her again, a tree had bust through the window. Susie gone. So now everybody's looking for Susie.
Basically, everybody's looking for Susie. So that's what brings us to the swamp with the police.
Because the white cop is now searching the swamp for Susie in his boat. She's actually hiding on his boat the whole time.
He don't know it at all.
He doesn't know that.
So basically, the cop, he goes up on the skinny white guy and this black dude, and they pull him shit out. And he's like, "Hey man, y'all gotta chill, drop the shit. What you doing?" The black dude literally trying to talk to the cop like, "Hey man, that's you? What's up, fam? You know, say how mama doing?" All that good shit. And while they holding the cop in the face, a nigga, a harpoon comes
just right in his face.
A
hooked harpoon on top of that.
So me and Winston at the same time was like, "Oh!" You couldn't believe the fucking harpoon in his face. And so it gets, and so they were like, okay, so that shit happens. So they just decide to try to figure out what they're gonna do with the body, and they just leave it on the boat. So dude's on the boat, the cop with the harpoon in his face just bleeding. Susie sees this shit, she runs out. So the dude who stuck the harpoon in is like, fuck, I gotta catch this little girl. Fast forward, he go running, trying to catch her. Right when he get close to catching her, all of a sudden this big green thing rises up out the swamp like the Undertaker and comes and gets this mom
right by the throat, just
so he starts singing.
I all of a sudden, I don't know why. I was thinking about Asher Ross, I Love Cops for some reason, because all I heard was, do something crazy, do something crazy. Can't stand, can't stand.
So Swamp Thing grabs dude, and dude stabs him a couple times, and of course it hurts Swamp Thing because he doesn't realize yet about what he can do. So he goes back, and dude is down, and then dude looks at him, and Swamp Thing is healing. And he's like, man, what the fuck are you?
And that's all she wrote.
This motherfucker yells, Swamp Thing yells, the vines come out the swamp and grab this motherfucker.
String him up in a full like, what the
drawn
sex rap that you have, like when you got like the 5 points, and then all of a sudden
he screams again, the bitch just pulls,
and this motherfucker's like, oh!
You couldn't help it when you saw the shit, okay? You couldn't fucking help it. You're like, oh shit, then exploded this nigga. And it was just like, fuck, this is happening. So the little girl looks at him, and he look at the little girl, like, my nigga. And then he go walk together.
My nigga.
So they walk together, right? And then they go to pier. So then Abby and the mulatto cop, you know what I'm saying? My man, the John B. cop. Don't listen to what people say. Her dude. They wrote
It's so fucking disrespectful, bruh.
So,
oh my god.
So basically, they find Susie on the pier, but Abby sees her standing with Swamp Thing, and she's like, come here. And Abby like, I'm good. I mean, the shorty's a little girl. Susie's like, I'm good. Abby says, now. And so Susie walks.
And Swamp Thing just kind of looks. And it's funny because, what did you say?
I was like, he probably wondered, like, man, I need to learn how to talk.
And my thought was, nah, what he was thinking was, man, I should have hit that while I still had a non-moss covered dick.
You know, my dick wasn't peat moss, so I was tearing this up. But now I'm real wood, so I can give it a wood.
Because he, like, looked at her, like, he definitely was like, oh. Like,
he was hurt.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, and
so
so
was scared of him.
And so they're on the boat, Susie, Abby, and the shaggy cop. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me on the boat. And so,
man, you just have it out for light-skinned Negroes from the '90s, don't you? Holy shit! Like,
so look, let me get back to it. So look, Busy Bone is driving the boat, and so Abby and Susie are together. And so Susie tells Abby, like, he was scared. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was scared. He doesn't know what's going on to him and what's happening. And she's like, okay. Abby's like, okay.
He told you all that?
She was like, he told you all that? She was like, yeah. And she was like, did he tell you anything else? She was like, yeah. He said his name is Alec. Which is the end of the show, which is normally how it ends. And so we're getting more action. We're building the story up. This story isn't as right in your face, quick like Doom Patrol was. It has a build sort of like Titans did, but there's still more to it already. So before I give my thoughts, Winston, 1 to 5, what'd you give it? What you think about it?
You know, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, man. Like, it hurts me to do that, especially because I was giving like super high. I was giving super high marks to Doom Patrol the whole time. I'll give it that just in the sense that, like, I appreciate kind of the world building that they're doing and whatnot, but at least last episode there was a lot of tension of the virus like attacking them through the lab and all this stuff. I felt very just kind of bored, except for a couple of instances, like, for example, the harpoon to the face and like the actual Swamp Thing attacking that villain and whatnot. But otherwise, I spent most of the episode just kind of like, well, it's here.
Yeah, I think this episode was a lot of exposition with a little bit of action, but I think that's expected with this character because there's no zaniness complete out the box like Doom Patrol.
Sure.
There is a backstory with Swamp Thing, and unlike Titans, many people don't know Swamp Thing's backstory.
And I understand that.
Because we even get introduced to Daniel Cassidy, who will become the Blue Devil later on.
Right.
So we're getting, and we also get Jason Woodrue, who becomes the Floronic Man. So we're getting these characters, and we're getting this set up for this story, which I get where you're coming from, but I think we have to, because a lot of people are not familiar with the lore of Swamp Thing and the history and the lineage.
I don't deny that, and I understand it, and I think that's the thing whenever you have, you know, hour-long episodes of shows, you do have this kind of, like, it's almost like you're getting a bunch of those short films if you think about it. And so the problem is, like, instead of comparing it to, say, Doom Patrol, because I don't think that's fair, because they different kind of genres, I keep thinking of, like, Black Mirror, for example, and something that's supposed to be creepy and thrillery and whatnot, like, keeps me engaged while they're giving my exposition. Didn't feel very engaged throughout, but that's just me.
That's fair. I give it a 4 because, again, I like the story. I'm a story builder, and I understand what they're building. That's for me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else may feel like you do. You may not feel like I do. Either way. But let us know what you think in the comments below, man. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Did you like this episode? Are you kind of like, I'm not sure yet? Or are you going to give it the ride all the way through the 10 episodes, unfortunately, because it was supposed to have 13. Let us know, man. Find Winston. Twitter, can I do it?
There you go.
Twitter, Instagram, at the swaggy blerd. TheSwaggybLerd. Me, Twitter, Instagram, Mr. J Washington. MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. And make sure you are joining the Supervillain Squad on Patreon. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Him and I do a lot of different things on there, and all of it is up there only for members of the squad. And make sure you're checking out the Mad Titan podcast everywhere you get your podcast. Listen on, because I get you caught up in everything that's happening in Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes, man. We will holler at you guys next week. Hopefully the episode is better for every fucking body. Take care. We're out of here.